Hello everyone, so in this video we will be talking about the Radiomaster Pocket. This is a small radio controller that you could use for your quad, and we got the ELRS version. Okay, so hopefully you can see it. Okay, so this is small than the box of the Boxer and the Zorro. This is quite on the cheaper side of controllers, but Radiomaster gave you a Hall sensor gimbal, so you will not be too it will not be too problematic in the future if ever you'll be using this as your daily driver. This is follow me. This is the box of the Zorro, while this is the box of the Pocket. As you can see, it's quite small, so you can see what is inside. Actually, I already opened this up. I already checked what is inside, but I will just show you what you would get if ever you would buy one. Okay, so it's actually in this pouch. I'm not a fan of pouches, especially for radio controller. You also got some springs here for the gimbal, and of course stickers and manual. If ever you got Radiomaster devices, this is quite common about their products. Okay, so this is the pouch. This is the Radiomaster Pocket. It's quite small. It's as small as Jumper T Pro and the DJI radio controller. So it just has that heft to it, similar in size with the DJI controller. Open this up so you can see it in detail. So this is the Radiomaster Pocket. As you can see, first thing that you would notice is how small this screen is. The Zorro has a very big screen. As I have said on the previous video, I was hoping that Radiomaster can make a smaller screen so that we could make it much smaller. The form factor would be more pocketable. So this has a smaller screen, and with that smaller screen, you can now have a smaller form factor, and with that you can really fit on your pocket. So I got the transparent one, and you could see there are no more room on the insides of this Radiomaster Pocket. Even at the back, you could look at it. It seems like they have really managed to put a lot of components and make it as compact as they can. So there are a lot of things here. Okay, let's discuss the controller. You got a Hall sensor gimbal here that you could there's no CNC version yet. I have checked the website, they don't have it yet, but hopefully they do have a CNC version of this. The size is quite, yeah, it's smaller than the Zorro. The Zorro has a bigger gimbal than the Pocket. You got your power button here, same as before, same as every other Radiomaster Boxer. Radiomaster controller, similar. You got 2 trim switches, unlike with the Zorro, you got 4, and the Boxer you got also 4. I think the TX16 and TX12 has 4 also. But if you're just using this for your FPV drone, I think this is not used that much. So if you ever need this for your plane or other radio devices, at least you have some trim switches here. Similar layout of the buttons. Return, you got here return, system, page up, page down, and what is the other? Telemetry, and system button, and model button. So if you got some Radiomaster devices, so you got a roller switch that is pressable. Nothing else. Unlike with the Boxer, you got a lot of switches here that you could use. You got a lot of buttons here that you could use as well. But this one, they remove all of that and make it appealing to those people who doesn't need a very, very big controller. Okay, especially if you're running tiny whoops. very small quad, but you are using a very big controller. So might as well get this and get a smaller smaller controller so you could bring it anywhere. So at the top part, you got two-way switch, okay, three-way switches, and two-way switch again. You also got, if we remove this, if we put this antenna in this way, you got a momentary switch here and a rolling roller here. It's not pressable, so but you could use it, and nothing else. So that's all of the control of this Radiomaster Pocket. So meanwhile, if you'll be using the Zorro, got a lot of switches, momentary buttons, do two rollers here, momentary switches at the back. So there are a lot of things that Radiomaster removed and just retained those things that you might be using or you might be able to use for your quad. Let's look at the back, and as you can see, it uses a nano, if I'm not mistaken, this is a nano receiver. So you could put a bigger ELRS module, the 1 watt, because this only supports up to 250 milliwatt. So for some, especially for those who are flying very far, that is not enough. So if you do need a bigger one, just get the nano with a 1 watt receiver. Another thing, some people do like this. You got a removable gimbal sticks for portability. But in my case, I'll be using a gimbal protector. I am a very lazy person, so I don't like to remove this. You now have an 18650 battery here, unlike with the Zorro that uses an 18350, if I'm not mistaken, the smaller battery. This is a bigger one, so it will last longer than the Zorro. And you got a small screen, you got a small board, so of course it will be more efficient than the Zorro. Another thing is you could actually change your gimbals from the back, unlike with the Boxer or the Zorro that you could adjust the gimbal at the front. This time it's on this back part, and it's actually difficult to put back. Of course, you got this antenna that is twistable and compact. Okay, so why would you buy a similar a radio controller with a very small gimbal, while people, especially those who are professional, are using a full-size gimbal? Okay, so there's one thing that I noticed when I'm using the Radiomaster Boxer. If I'll be using it, I'll just go back a bit so I can show it to you. I usually use the Boxer near my chest, and I'm using a very small lanyard, so that I have the freedom to move the gimbals wherever I want. And it will not be too difficult for me to move my sticks and click the switches. I have a very small hand, so might as well get a smaller gimbal, a smaller radio controller, and have it. I notice it when I'm using the DJI FPV controller. It's a really small gimbal. It is smaller than this, but I am able to do full stick deflection with ease. And that is just my realization after doing so. And with this Radiomaster Pocket, I have a similar experience. If you want higher sensitivity, if you want the full, this is not for everyone. Okay, so if you prefer the bigger full-size gimbal, it's good for you. It will really work for you. The surface area is really huge, double the size of this. So if you want precision, if you want to fly in a very precise manner, you would really need a full-size gimbal, especially if you're doing racing. If you want to move really, really quickly, like milliseconds, the full-size gimbal will help you to smaller hands it would benefit you more to have that really, really smaller gimbal. I hope you're getting my point here, which is why lately I'm starting to like smaller gimbals, because I'm not flying in a very, very precise manner. I'm not yet a good freestyle pilot wherein I do a bando bashing. So instead of going directly to how pros use their controller, I think it would be much more efficient if you would use a size of the gimbal that would best fit with your size. Not everyone can use a full-size gimbal. So, right now, this is really good for my fingers. So, I have spent almost 5 minutes just discussing that. Hope you could forgive me. Okay, so I already printed the gimbal protector of the Radiomaster Boxer. So we will remove this so that I don't need to remove those gimbals. I'm not a fan of removable sticks. So this is the DJI FPV controller with this custom designed stick protector. As you can see, they have a very, very similar size. But this is really smaller. I think a fraction of it. See? See? And lately I'm being a fan of this, although most of the pilots doesn't like this, especially those who are professional. They don't like the DJI controller. It just so happened that I like the gimbal stick more than the Boxer lately, because it's really frustrating. As you can see, I have a lot of, if you could look at those fingers, it has a lot of calluses here because of the very, very sharp gimbal sticks of Radiomaster. But let's try to fly this. I'm rambling on this video, but I'm not showing you how it flies. Also, it's using HTX. It's a very, very easy process. Yeah, let's discuss with you probably on the next video how I usually, the settings that I used for all of my Radiomaster controllers. This is what I really like about Radiomaster. The HTX firmware. So I know which buttons I'm pressing even though the goggles is in my eyes because of those. I set that up on the HTX. It's actually easy to do so. I'll probably make a video, a lazy version. I'll be putting that. Hopefully you do enjoy this video and this helped you to decide if the Radiomaster Pocket is the right controller for you, because really the quality is really good. And I really like that they are not using cheap materials here, although this is made out of plastic. Yeah, hopefully you could try to check it out, see for yourself if the Radiomaster Pocket is the right controller for you. And as always, see you on the next video. Happy flying. Whoopsie.